What is up, guys? We got ourselves a special treat today. We are back at Powerhouse in New Haven, Connecticut, a place where I like to frequent. So today we have a wonderful chest day. Enjoy, follow along if you'd like, and please like, comment, subscribe. Before we start the workout, of course, we are going to sup up. We got some creatine from Enhanced Labs and Maximus Stim to get me feeling right and get me ready to crush this chest workout.
It's cool, but they don't have a lot of they don't got a lot of machines like this.
This fly machine has been my staple to start my chest day. I love how this thing feels. I don't know the brand of it or anything like that, but I'll tell you right now, if I were to open my own gym, I would definitely find myself one of these things. As you can see, I'm going to start with this pec deck movement to get a really good squeeze, and then going on to my second exercise is where we'll go to that incline barbell press. And this time I tried something new where I kept the range a little shorter on that incline press. I'll explain more when we finally get there.
Throw a little more weight.
Absolutely. That's one of my buddies right there, Greg. He decided to join me on this Sunday afternoon chest day. He made it really fun. He's a good dude. I like to work out with the bros here and there, you know what I mean?
That's why I switched over, bro. I tried all their stuff before I did it. And I was like, everything tastes good. And I love how I feel. Did we change the weight?
I had a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I went up 20 or 40.
Okay.
Something like that. He was talking like some shit that's in clinical trial. It could be that one.
Yeah.
Basically lets you build more muscle.
Yup.
Kind of like the GLPs, except more for like, you're trying to build muscle.
Yeah.
You know? Which he's a big fan of the GLPs. A lot of bodybuilders too. I know Urs does them.
Urs, and now Nick Walker loves the GLPs. He's on the Ready to Try.
Yeah. That one's like the best one that they have right now.
There's the other one that starts with a Z, Zepatru or Zepatide, is that what you got?
Yeah, it could be like
They said that was
Zepatide.
they're saying that was better than the Ready to Try.
Could be like the newest, like fresh off the trial kind of one.
Right.
But it helps curb the appetite but retain the muscle mass. Yeah.
You can definitely see the wild stretch you get on this fly machine. It's so good.
He was like, no, I we'll go one more round. We'll turn this last round into a dropper, though.
For this last set, both Greg and I decided that we were going to smoke our chest here and turn this into a drop set. So when we did the drop set, we did 3 rounds of it. So this set you see here, then we lowered the weight and did as many as we could, and then lowered the weight again and did as many as we could, just to make sure we finished that pec deck or fly movement properly before we go on to the press.
Oh. Yes, sir.
I'll just touch this for 5 reps. And like what I've been doing lately is I haven't been going all the way up.
Oh,
And locking out.
You sent me that video.
That video,
like
that's why I said
like,
yeah. Oh, because that's what the flies are for. You're gonna get that squeeze. That's why I like to start with that. And this gets the overall peg at that bottom to halfway. Because any higher than that,
yeah, because
it's gonna transfer right to the tricep anyway. You can do a tricep separate, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much what I was explaining to Greg is I didn't want to take this to a full lockout. I wanted to keep the tension on the pec. Just been doing a little bit more research when it comes to incline press, flat press. Once you get near that lockout position, you lose a lot of the, I guess, contraction in your chest, and a lot of this weight gets transferred to the tricep. So that's why we utilize the fly or pec deck for that first exercise, because that emphasizes so much of that squeeze that you want for your pecs. And then now when you go to a straight barbell press or Smith press, you can stay short because that whole motion there is solely all chest from the bottom to about halfway up. You're gonna feel a really wild contraction in that chest, and we stayed right there, and it definitely was a difference and gave us a great pump. So this is something that I may continue to do a little more. And the last thing that I realized too is that it just put a lot less stress on my elbow joints. So that's always a good thing. Yeah, so this was our last set of 3 plates, and Greg right now is setting me up to do a drop set. We're gonna drop set again 3 times. So we started with 3 plates, went to failure. Now we're going 2 plates, we're gonna go to failure, and then we're gonna go to 1 plate, and again, go to failure, just to make sure that we are smoked.
Definitely fucking so tired. Yeah. That really sucks.
Getting at some old school dips, which is difficult to do after you've done flies and an incline press. It makes it difficult to do these. Back in the day, I used to finish my workout with these. I used to do as many sets as it took for me to get to 50 reps. But this time I just throw it in as my third exercise and just do 3 sets of failure.
More old school, like.
All right, so we got more flies. Who doesn't love flies, right? So this time we're going with dumbbells. We're focusing on that stretch. As you can see, when I do flies, I like to bend at my elbow. Some people kind of keep their elbow straight and they just widen out. I really can't do that. It puts a lot of stress on my shoulders, but this works for me when I go wide outside my chest. Then once I get the dumbbells outside of my shoulders, then I bend at the elbow and then bring them down and I get a really good stretch, and then I hug a tree on the way up. For these next 2 sets, we increased the weight. I think these are 100-pound dumbbells, and I went straight for a regular incline dumbbell press. When I do this, the form and technique that I use is I hold the dumbbells at a 45-degree angle, and I bring my elbows to a 45-degree so that when I press, it puts a lot less strain on my shoulders, and I feel it all in my chest and triceps when I press. So any one of you that has a shoulder impingement or this type of movement feels funny, try putting your elbows at a 45-degree angle or turning the dumbbell at a 45-degree, which will actually shift your elbow as well, and press from there. Should feel a lot better. You let me know. So here we are on this overhead tricep extension. Greg chose this exercise, and it's funny, I've used this machine before and I just forgot how good it was, and I don't know why I don't use it more. It's probably because I don't love training arms. I've learned to enjoy it now, but this is something I'm definitely going to squeeze in all my arm days.
God. Oh. Actually, I fucking forgot how good this machine was.
Every single time I come into Powerhouse, there's always a machine that I've tried for the first time that I've never used before. And it's funny because I've been going here almost a year now, and I'm still finding machines that I'm like, oh man, I never used it before. This is really good. But I guess that's when, you're lucky when you have a gym like this that's so close to your house, because I don't know, man. I just feel spoiled and lucky. Oh my God. And for the last exercise, I love finishing with pull-ups just to kind of make sure that I am spent. And again, this is one of my staple movements. I love doing pull-ups. Back in the day, anytime I passed a pull-up bar, I would just do a couple, to the point where I actually tweaked my lat one time because I did so many pull-ups every day, and I ended up, pulling a lat, and it annoyed me for like a year. But I'm good now. But anyway, finishing the workout with pull-ups, and that's all she wrote. So again, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and follow the journey, man. We are 4 weeks and 5 days out from the next show. Let's get it.